Hey guys, Mike here from Galaxy Multi-Rides and welcome to another inflatable park installation. This time we're here at Jummps in Lincoln Park, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. And we got something special to show you. And as you can see, we're starting with something a little bit different. These are our inflatable party rooms. So instead of wasting money on build-out costs with construction, permits, electrical, we have these semi-permanent structures that you can use as 3 individual rooms, or 1 giant room, or a mixture of each. So first off, we're starting with our candy room. Now these themes were picked by the customer here. We can do any kind of design, shape, size, individual units. It means that you can take them down throughout the year if you need more space for other activities. But as you come in, we have this beautiful printed graphics, nice and colorful. So we're using the floor, which is this really nice glow carpet that Jummps have installed here. And you'd be able to get about 12 to 15 kids in here with a couple of adults, get some chairs in here, and you have that dividing wall. Now if we go next door into the centerpiece, which is a giant birthday cake. Trying to make sure that my cameraman doesn't fall over. As we walk through into the giant birthday cake, we've actually pulled up one of the dividing walls. So now we have this giant double room for those giant functions. If you wanted to spread out, we could take out the other wall there, but these just simply roll up. 2 people can do this, and then they're just clipped in with some simple bucket clips. Buckle even, not bucket. The back walls, digitally printed for a big birthday message. These guys are still under construction. We do have the option to mount a TV in here permanently, because we'll use this one. Because there is a rigid frame in here, so that when the inflatable deflates, or if you have a power cut, kids' birthday parties aren't going to be ruined. They're not going to get crushed by flying inflatables falling down. So there is a steel structure for when you turn this off, that it'll just hang in place and it'll just pop up pretty quickly. That's more or less it for the party rooms. We can do any theme, shape, sizes, but let's move on to the fun stuff. The final party room that we did was giant ice cream cone, big 3D ice cream cone that kids can touch and play with. And it just makes, when you're running events in parks like this, that you can designate your party guests to the right room. So Jimmy, you're in the birthday cake, and then, you know, go to the ice cream room, go to the candy room, that kind of thing. It makes your audio announcements just that little bit better than go to party room 1, go to party room B, that kind of thing. I think they look great. So, as I said, we are still, well, we've finished, but the guys are still under construction, so there's still a long way to go. But what we're greeted with at the front of the park is our Candyland toddler zone, which is dedicated entrance. So parents got these giant big mesh windows. Parents can see in and play with their kids without having to get in, but there's no problem. There's no problem for parents to get in there. You go. So in there we do have this slide, slightly larger slide for a toddler zone, requested by the customer. I think it's a nice little piece. We continue the candy theming in here with these ever popular donuts. The amount of times and pictures I've seen kids just sat, just happy playing in there. Lots of sensory touch things, air blowing, interactive elements, yet still feeling like it's a main part of the park, with the giant mesh windows that look into the park. So kids can see their brothers, their sisters, their siblings still playing, so they don't feel like they've been sectioned off, which is done purposefully so that you don't get 11-year-olds mixing with with 15-year-olds, 11-year-olds? Sorry, 11-year-olds mixing with 3-year-olds and that kind of thing. So let's move on to the main park entrance. So normally we would have our grip socks on and all this would be nice and clean, but it's not. So as they say, excuse our dust. Giant arch inflatable as we enter into the park, and we're greeted with, as always, a little selfie wall, so kids can get around like this, take a picture with their parents, their birthday party, whatever. This is just one of the photo locations in the park. And then straight in, one of the populars is the wrecking ball. So if you go around there, Gary. So 4-player multi-game, giant sealed air inflatable ball that kids will push to each other, and a nice little feature that the top of the ball is detachable with Velcro. So you get those older kids that want to be Miley Cyrus and come in like a wrecking ball. The ball will detach from the cord, so easily put back, nice and safe, nothing heavy to hurt kids. You just push it around. A lot of energy in here, a lot of fun. It's a good point. You're already doing my job for me. Massive mesh windows on the back here, so as we look out there, that is going to be the majority of the seating area and watching into the park. There is another area that you can see into the park. This was a challenging design and build with very low ceilings. We've raised it up as much as possible. This is a great example of what you can do with quite low ceilings. To the beams up there, we have only got 16'4". So a lot of this has been designed around about 15.5 feet. So if you are considering on taking on a space like this, which was an old mall location, it can be done, and you can still get your major attractions without compromising that kind of thrill factor. So speaking of thrill factor, we have, pushing every inch that we've got in height, a scramble wall. This was quite a narrow area for kids transitioning because we're on a dog leg here. So this will bend round to the right hand side. So we wanted to fill this kind of strange space. So just a simple scramble wall, which is actually extremely difficult because we designed the blocks in a way that they actually tilt downwards. So they're not super rigid. So it actually makes them very, very difficult to climb. And then little details for longevity. Every single climb sheet is replaceable, so these are Velcroed on, so these will come off if they need replacing. Same for anything, any cover, as we see behind me, any kind of pop-ups, anything that gets touched a lot, that will be a cover. So the cover will wear out first, and then you replace that. But it's nice seeing these parks grow and the whole industry grow as a whole, because we're starting to get more and more data on longevity and what works, what doesn't, that kind of thing. And we've got parks out there that are 4 years old and still haven't replaced anything yet. So maybe we're making stuff too good. I don't know. Big element of the park. You probably want to come over here, Gary, and look all the way down. No, you come over here. I'll swap with you. Is giant obstacle course with 2 slides that runs the full back length, heading towards. We have a dip down in the ceiling height down to 10 feet. So we timed it perfectly. So the slide will get down there in a minute. So the slide will finish and you'll come down into the lower area. I don't know if you want to look down there. Multiple obstacles, challenging enough, a lot of fun. Obstacle courses are always massively requested in the parks, so something that nearly goes in every single design. As the park opens up, it's more or less a staple. I think 90% of our parks have a giant throne. We do it in 3 different sizes. This is the largest one. You can get about 10 kids on here, and the photo opportunities are great, so that's why it's branded. It's a nice part for parents to get involved with their kids and sit down and watch them. In case anybody notices, this is live video and things can go wrong. We haven't had the electrician in here this morning, and we're a bit low on power. So if you think, oh wow, that looks quite soft, it is. And if we fall over, that's maybe why. But before we go over there, we kind of go towards the back end. I mean, would it be a Galaxy inflatable park if we didn't put one of our innovative mechanical rides in? I'm not sure. So here we've got Meltdown, 8-player sweeper game, with our patented sealed air sweeper, fully branded for the park. And it creates a nice central point for people to watch. And then this nice staging area for kids to enter here while the operator is in this corner. Behind you is the end of the obstacle course, so kids will come out here and be automatically drawn towards the Meltdown. So Meltdown really was the centerpiece of which the whole park design was wrapped around. And then it opens up, trying to maximize as much space with a triple lane slide there. It's got a slight hump in the slide, obstacles, that kind of thing. And then with the visibility out onto the main park, we wanted something, a lot of action that parents could see. So we've got these rock and rollers, which actually, as soon as you stand on them, they move around, so they become very challenging. Kids absolutely love these things. Super simple. Again, the high wear areas, these are all covers, so this top will come off once it starts to wear, and that's replaceable. We have the Ninja Wall, absolute popular, only available from Galaxy Inflatable Parks. It is one of our patented designs. So if you want these high adrenaline activities, only we can provide them for your park. So 3 levels, 7, 9 and 11 feet. Run up, slide down. In the back over there we've got some loose obstacles, something to play with. It's very dusty around here because of the construction, but on the floor where Gary stood right now is our moon bounce, which fully inflated would be the most bouncy area. And then last but not least is the big balls. So you'll run up this side, run along the balls. You don't need to see me. Run along, oh, see, told you somebody was gonna fall. That's not fully inflated, so be careful. 3 balls, run across, slide down the other side. Let's get to somewhere, yep, there it is. See, that's why we put these disclaimers in, live video, you gotta love it. So that's it. That's Jummps Inflatable Park here in Lincoln Park, Adventure Park, I should say, Lincoln Park, Michigan. Just a final thought, really. We had a phenomenal IAPA, a lot of projects. We've had 3 already sign up. So we're looking already at 8 new parks for next year, into the new year. Some really cool themed ones as well. If you are interested in opening your own inflatable park, just get in touch, send whatever plans or ideas you've got. We can work with you, fast turnaround. As always, it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. It's Friday. Forget about that. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.